What is up, everybody? Matt Porter, Chief Tasting Officer, Barrel King, here to tell you about the March releases for Barrel King Gold members. Before I get into these pours, if you want to become a Barrel King Gold member, do no more, except for clicking on the link in the description below. They'll bring you to barrelking.com where you can sign up to be a gold member. No long-term commitment necessary, but I think after you receive your first Barrel King order, you will make commitment. You'll make it a need, because once you taste the sweet nectar that is Barrel King, you'll have the opportunity to cancel, but you'll continue to be subscribing. The month of March, super exciting. We have 1 straight whiskey and 2 distilled spirit specialties. Those distilled spirit specialties will be bottled under the Fantasy line, the brand new white label, beautiful Fantasy Edition. Batch 103 is a 115 proof bourbon rye blend. If we could legally call it a boo rye, we would. But since boo rye is the intellectual property of another much bigger, much richer whiskey company, we won't call it that. Batch 103, which was actually blended with the help of some gold members, is 26% 8-year Wild Turkey bourbon, 12% 8-year 95.5 MGP rye, and 62% 7-year Wild Turkey bourbon. Hot-blooded, check it and see. I got batch 103. The other 2 offerings are this same exact blend, finished in 2 different styles. This month, all bottles are being bottled to order, so you can order as many of these as you'd like, and as many of the finished products you would like. All gold members will be receiving their emails on the 1st of the month, and after all orders of the base are placed, then we'll move on to finishing and bottling the 2 distilled spirit specialties, which happen to be batch 103 strawberry peach and batch 103 chocolate apple hazelnut, or apple chocolate hazelnut, or hazelnut apple chocolate, or chocolate hazelnut apple, or apple nut chocolate haze. First off, let's go ahead and taste batch 103, the straight whiskey, the base blend. Then we'll get into the sweet stuff at the end. Whoa, man. This bottle changed, developed, and turned into an entirely different monster only 24 hours after I opened it. The nose of 103 is that of vanilla and strawberry footsies or fruitsies, like the Tootsie Roll candies that are not chocolate flavored, but instead flavored with other flavors. Like the blue Tootsie Roll, it's like vanilla flavored, and then the pink fruitsy or footsie or frutzy, whatever those are called. Then there's some like confection or sugar, like some powdered sugar on it, some delicious stroop waffles, and then every once in a while you go to it, and you might get like some Reese's Pieces. I've gotten Reese's Pieces on it a few times on the nose. Overall, absolutely wonderful nose, and a nose that develops and changes like crazily, if crazily is a word. First sip. That is my first sip of whiskey for the day, and it was a good one. It's like a thick, viscous cinnamon butter. The mouthfeel is unbelievable. The mouthfeel is so good. On the back of the palate is where the wild turkey lives. There is some butterscotch on here, which I absolutely love. Where there may have been some Reese's Pieces on the nose, that's turned into like a Butterfinger BB on the palate. You guys remember Butterfinger BBs? The best candy on the planet. R.I.P. Butterfinger BBs. I wish they'd bring those back. Were they choking hazards? Maybe. But so are grapes, and you don't see them discontinuing grapes. This is a very adventurous Barrel King offering. It's like leaning in a different way than the typical cherry, sweet, charred Barrel King profile. And this is in a different direction of like a spicy, charry, chocolatey, Butterfingery kind of thing. You know, maybe it's not butterscotch. Maybe it's more of a toffee that I'm tasting. That actually is more accurate. It's kind of like a Heath bar or a Score bar. I'm gonna lean towards a Heath bar. The rye that was added to the Wild Turkey blend, that 95.5 MGP rye, adds this extra layer of like spice and then like a glazing of hard candy. Like if they made adult Jolly Ranchers like 115 proof adult Jolly Ranchers. This would be like a bourbon lover's favorite adult Jolly Rancher. There's some cola notes as well that kind of live on the finish, kind of like a delicious Coca-Cola without the sugary aftertaste. It's just a cola aftertaste, and I love it. It's wildly good. And although it's using different distillate than typical Barrel King offerings, it still has that Barrel King signature note to it, like Jared wiggled his wand over it. That is so, so good. Batch 103 is the straight whiskey offering from Barrel King in March 2025. Now let's move on to the finished products, the offshoots of Batch 103, the distilled spirit specialties. I'm gonna start with the strawberry peach. So it's a bourbon rye blend, partially finished in peach brandy barrels and then finished in a conditioned strawberry barrel, which makes it not a bourbon, but legally a distilled spirit specialty. By the way, we will always be 100% transparent about what is in a bottle of Barrel King. Ooh. Ooh. That smells like a strawberry banana Laffy Taffy. Yo, Mrs. Bubblegum, I'm Mr. Chickle Stick. I wanna da-da-da, cause you so thick. That smells like a strawberry banana Laffy Taffy. Oh man. That's a nostalgic smell. Coming off of the straight whiskey, this is volumes sweeter. This is a much sweeter offering. Going for a taste? Oh, wow. That is super wild. That's ridiculously good. And sweet. And whoa, the strawberry banana that I was getting on the nose really transfers to the palate. Those strawberry wafers that I said I was picking up on, I think Love Story it was, the batch from a couple months ago. I'm picking up on that on the palate as well, like one of those delicious strawberry wafers. The fantasy label was created for things like this, to take us places that our imagination brings us to. And this strawberry peach version of batch 103 would be something I wouldn't mind having rubbed all over my body. This smells like a high proof massage oil, and I can dig that a lot. Hell yeah. Let's move on to the final offering. It is batch 103, but instead of the strawberry peach variation, this is the chocolate apple hazelnut, or the chazelnut for short. Whoa. It smells like a nutty bar. You know those Little Debbie nutty bars? They have the layers. It's kind of like a wafer, chocolate, then the wafer in the middle and chocolate. It smells like a friggin' Little Debbie nutty bar. The ones in the yellow box. Or even like a Reese's Big Cup. Love Reese's Big Cups. Maybe some Star Crunch. This is like all the Little Debbies mixed together. Hello. Down the hatch with this chocolatey, hazelnutty, appley son of a batch. Oh wow. What in the world? That's like bourbon pudding, and I'm gonna be putting it all into my belly right now. The two fantasy labels for March, this chocolatey hazelnut apple and then the strawberry peach, are both awesome, but so different. Right when I was about to say that I didn't pick up on any of the apple in the chocolate hazelnut apple, right when I was about to say it. Ding! More of like an apple pie filling, but it's hidden behind these other layers, these other friggin' chocolatier layers. It's like Willy Wonka studied Kobe Bryant, developed the Mamba mentality, and tried to prove a point. This is wild. Put this in your triangle offense, because this is shaping up to be a winner. Out of the 3 offerings for March, which one would I go to most often? The straight 103. That is directly up my alley and something that I could taste on any given night. The 2 fantasy labels are awesome. They're friggin' fantastic. They take you on a sweet, nostalgic journey that I absolutely adore. For me personally, they're not every night of the week pours. They're something I'd want to share with a friend, especially my fat friends. I love the 3 March offerings, and I love the way that it's been presented as a choose your own adventure style bourbon journey or distilled spirit specialty journey. whichever way you want to take, whatever is your fantasy. So Barrel King Gold members, look for your emails March 1st. If you're not a Barrel King Gold member, but you want to be one, which you definitely should, click on the link in the description below, head on over to Barrel King, sign up to be a gold member. I honestly think that you'll be getting something you absolutely love each and every month. That's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Matt, and I'm out of here. My kids are hungry and they're demanding lunch, so I should probably go do that before they tell the entire world that I'm starving them out after 30 minutes of them not eating. They're little snackers, those kids. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you. Goodbye. Good night.